Yes, that right there is water, and we are in the desert, guys. We are in Tempe, Arizona, one of the best suburbs in all the Phoenix area. If you thought there was no water in the desert, you thought wrong, and we're gonna blow your mind with this amazing suburbs covering all the pros and the cons of living right here in Tempe, Arizona. Let's go explore. Let's go. So we're down here at Tempe Beach Park on the south side of Tempe Town Lake. Guys, this is a huge entertainment area in the town or city of Tempe. A lot is going on down here. Now, it's early on a weekday, so not as much activity, and it's fairly hot outside, let's be honest. I would love to get in here, guys. You're lucky. I will get down here and demonstrate this paddleboard, but it's under construction, so they're not open right now. Otherwise, I'd be in there paddling away. This place is awesome. It's a 7-mile loop that you can come down here and hang out. You can rent all these paddleboards, kayaks. Matter of fact, the city of Tempe will allow you to bring your own watercraft and use it on the lake itself. You have to file a permit and do all that, but you can bring your own watercraft, but I think it's pretty cool. So this is a great place to spend a weekend, especially when maybe it's a little bit cooler outside, but this place is jam-packed down here on Saturdays and Sundays, no doubt about it. Okay, so guys, right there you're seeing the light rail here in Phoenix. Now, Phoenix, the light rail, it's interesting. It's an interesting project. It is good for transportation, no doubt about it. It's just limited, that's the problem. But the good news is it runs right through Tempe, out to Mesa, into downtown Phoenix, and right through Sky Harbor. So if you want some cheap transportation to the airport, Sky Harbor International Airport, the light rail is awesome, as well as over to downtown Phoenix or into Mesa. So transportation is a huge pro of living right here in Tempe. They also have bus routes, city buses, and it's just really good for easy transportation to get around in Tempe because of its location. So guys, there is no swimming allowed in Tempe Town Lake unless you're an Ironman. Apparently for us, it's okay. And I say us because I've done the Ironman multiple times in this water, and it's pretty, it's not clear. Keep it that way. Okay, one of the pros of living in Tempe, the nightlife. This is where it's at, guys, on Mill Avenue. Now, obviously, if you want a quiet lifestyle, this is a con. We're gonna keep it as a pro right now because there's only so many places in all of Phoenix that really have really good nightlife if that's what you're looking for. Mill Avenue is one of them. Tempe has multiple different spots for entertainment, and this is just a really cool place to hang out. On football Saturdays especially, this is popping. You have so much activity, but the reality is when school is in session, pretty much every day is popping on Mill Avenue, but we're in the summertime right now, so you're not seeing it in full effect. You got some summer school going on for ASU and that sort of thing, but there's also a lot of businesses down here with all these offices and so on and so forth, and so they also get a lot of customers come down here for lunch and dinner. It's just a really cool spot with a cool vibe being here on Mill Avenue. A lot of high-rise living. Down here, it's an urban sprawl, right, in Tempe. Now, that could be one of the cons. The cons of Tempe is that it's landlocked. There's no more room to build horizontally. You have to go vertical. So you can see there's a condo building right there, and you have a lot of entertainment around here, which is awesome. AMC theaters. It's like living in a downtown, but it's not. It's a suburb. So it's the next best thing from living in a major city in the downtown nucleus, because Phoenix's downtown doesn't have a super great vibe, and so Tempe has a lot to offer when it comes to that. Then off in the distance, you also have a lot of high-rise hotels and office space as well. So it's just a really cool for entertainment feel when you have movie theaters, you have the walkability. Now, let's just jump to the next pro, which is walkability. That's what we're doing right now here on Mill Avenue. But you have the South Pier project that's being built, that's gonna be coming new. You have Tempe Marketplace, which we'll hit just in a second. You have Mill Avenue. You have Tempe Town Lake. You have so many different places where the walkability is just awesome because people are living high rise up, or they're coming down to a nucleus, a certain area they can walk around and have a good time with a lot of entertainment and dining. So the walkability score for Tempe, definitely a pro. I just love the fact that in Tempe they allow jaywalking. Okay, don't take my word for that. That probably is not true, but it's cool. It's middle of the day, we're looking both ways, head on a swivel, no problem. So guys, we're on Mill Avenue right now, and you can see this is a good example of one of the spots where you catch the light rail that runs right down Mill Avenue. So you would catch this right here. It's really cheap. And again, this is such great transportation because it takes you down through the airport, downtown Phoenix, uptown Phoenix, and then of course, all the way out as far as Mesa to the east. Now guys, one of the staples of Arizona State University is A Mountain. That's right, that's the mountain you're seeing right here. And the reason why it's called A Mountain is because it has a big yellow A at the top, standing for Arizona State, obviously. This is an iconic mountain for Arizona State, as the football stadium sits right at the base of this mountain on the other side. Okay, now here is the stadium for Arizona State football. This sits right here at the north end of the campus. It is a beautiful stadium. It's been around for obviously a while. Fun fact, I had the chance to play in the Fiesta Bowl in 1999 in that very stadium. That was an awesome experience. And then right over here on the campus, you had the baseball stadium that was actually moved to the Papago area, but you have track and field, you have soccer. Arizona State has quite a few athletic programs for being one of the largest universities in all of America. Okay, Arizona State is actually one of the state's largest employers. It is one of the largest universities in all of America, and Tempe is home to Arizona State as well as many different employers. So a big pro for Tempe is the job and corporate headquarters and overall just availability of good paying jobs located right here in Tempe. Now we are in North Tempe, and again, Tempe has this reputation of being a college town, but obviously there's housing here, there's families here, there's people who live here full time that have nothing to do with the university. But a lot of these homes in North Tempe were built in the 70s and sometime the 80s. There's a lot of mid-century modern architecture from some of these homes as well that were built in the 60s. So you get a little bit of everything in this North Tempe area and some of the housing districts. A lot of them have no HOA, decent sized lots, and over the years, a lot of the homes have been turned over and renovated, which are amazing, and some of these look really cool. A lot of homes that were block construction as well. A lot of the architecture being mid-century modern, that's a staple of mid-century modern architecture, having that block look with some straight edge lines and a small pitched roof like this property you're seeing right here. Now, I would say the #1 pro of the city of Tempe is its location. Guys, you probably can't get a better location in the entire greater Phoenix area. Why? Because it sits just right next to the airport. It sits just to the south of Scottsdale, one of the best suburbs in all of America. And then it sits right as the gateway towards the East Valley, right next to Mesa, Chandler, and then out to the East Valley, which includes Gilbert, Queen Creek, and Santan Valley, and so on and so forth. So Tempe is right in the middle, the nucleus of almost everything. Oh wait, is there a driver?
No.
No driver. Guys, is that not the freakiest thing ever? I would never get one of those. Waymo. They're everywhere in Phoenix, and it's the craziest thing. There's no one, it's like ghost riding, right? There's no one in there driving the car and just somehow it doesn't wreck. I have no idea how that works. All right, I digress. But guys, this is an amazing location, one that you cannot question. And I tell you what, if I'm looking for that and I want convenience, Tempe is going to be at the very top of your list. So if you're looking for convenience, let us know. We'd love to help you out, modify and navigate the different areas of Tempe so that you know what's the best place to live in, because ultimately, if you want convenience, it's going to be hard to beat Tempe. Now, if you look at the map right here, you'll see that Tempe is located, again, just right in the middle of the valley. But Tempe is really broken up into two major sections. North Tempe, which is pretty much everything north of the 60 that runs right through it, and South Tempe, which is everything below the 60 down the Ray Road exit. Now, when people think of Tempe, they pretty much only think of North Tempe because kind of that's where all the action is. But guys, South Tempe is amazing in its own right. In fact, we have another video we're doing just on South Tempe because no one ever talks about it. It's a hidden gem, especially if you're a family looking for some space in a nice neighborhood with a good location. So South Tempe, great job. I know no one talks about you like the redheaded stepchild, but a good looking one. And unfortunately, that's just how it goes in Tempe. But guys, North Tempe, South Tempe, either way, you're in great shape if you want a convenient location centralized to everything in the valley. Okay guys, we're staying outside this school here. This is interesting. Fun fact, this is not flooded. Well, technically it is flooded, but on purpose. This is called irrigation. So in Arizona, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, to maintain grass because it's in the desert and so hot, it was cheaper to then every once in a while on a consistent schedule, just flood an entire grass field or a yard, front yard, backyard of a house. And that was cheaper than having a sprinkler system that came on every day or whatever to water the grass. So that's what they're doing right here. It floods it, it will stay on above ground for a day or two or whatever, and then it soaks it in, gets down to the roots, and they won't have to water again for another week, 2 or month. I'm not sure how that schedule works, but it's kind of an interesting concept of how to maintain grass in a very warm climate. Who knew? Okay, another entertainment district is Tempe Marketplace, located just to the east of Arizona State University campus. This is an enormous entertainment district. It has literally, when I say everything, almost everything, from casual dining to upscale dining to shopping. The whole thing is an outdoor mall, basically on steroids. You can come here and get almost everything you need done. They even have a modern looking JCPenney. I mean, I've never seen a JCPenney in that cool of a building in my entire life. That's how cool Tempe Marketplace is. Okay, Tempe Marketplace, there's over 1.3 million square feet of retail space, over 100 shops and restaurants to choose from, and more than 300 events a year. So this is not just a place that you come and go to when you want to maybe check out a certain product at a store. This is a place you can also come to for a lot of events and entertainment. For kids, for adults, they have a little bit of everything for you here as well. They also have a Harkins Theater for movies, outdoor events like. Tempe Marketplace also has a huge Dave & Buster's, which is always a great place, especially on a hot summer day for the kids to do something inside and have a lot of entertainment. One of my favorite barbecue places ever is located right here, and that's Lucille's Smokehouse. If you haven't had Lucille's, I highly recommend to give it a chance. You will not be disappointed. Okay, that, my friends, that would be one of the cons. So you are located just to the east of Sky Harbor Airport in Tempe. It's great because the airport is a central located airport for a major city like this. The downside is if you're in Tempe, on the north side right here, you're gonna be in the flight path. Now, that being said, there's hardly any condos and residential living in this flight path. There are some off in the distance here, but single family homes, there are none, almost zero. So if you're living in a urban condo, you kind of get that, right? You kind of sign up for the noise, the hustle and the bustle. That's why you bought a condo. But for single family houses, no big deal because they're further south in Tempe and the flight path runs right over the office industrial lake area here of Tempe. So it's a con, but for a single family house resident, not a big deal. Okay, did we mention that another con would be traffic? Oh, here we go. Get out quick. Okay, because Tempe is so centrally located, you have a lot of traffic. You have a busy road here on the main drag. This is Rural Road, where it runs north-south right through Tempe. And then you have the interstate right here, the 60, which is a major thoroughfare throughout the valley, let alone right through the heart of Tempe. You can't even see it, I apologize guys, but believe me, that is a major interstate. So once you cross the 60, now we're going into South Tempe, which has a little bit different vibe. But again, traffic is a con. So if you don't like traffic, you probably want to stay away from Tempe. All right, so another con of living in Tempe are going to be the school districts, the public school districts. Guys, you don't have to be a private investigator to figure out online that the grade rating for public schools in Tempe is not the best. It's okay, it's not bad, but it's not the best. And so if you're looking for great public schools, Tempe is probably not gonna be high on your list. Now there are a lot of private school options, charter school options that are actually very highly rated. But when it comes to just having a good, highly ranked, one of the best districts in all of Phoenix, Tempe will not be at the top of your list. But they do have nice facilities. Okay, this is the South Pierre project that is going up on Tempe Town Lake, guys. This is going to be enormous. This is a huge project that will take years to complete. Okay, guys, we're giving you an inside scoop here of the South Pierre project in Tempe. This is very cool and exclusive, being done right in front of your eyes. Okay, guys, as part of pros and cons of living in Tempe, we have to show you the latest and greatest of what's going on down here, and it's a lot. We're at the South Pier project at Tempe Town Lake, just on the south side of the lake. And guys, this project behind me is going to be enormous. Over 2,500 residential units by the time this is all said and done. 2 hotels, properties you can lease, condos you can buy, and dining, shopping, entertainment. They're gonna have a huge Ferris wheel out here on the edge of the lake, and the list goes on and on. This is exclusive access that you only have if you watch our channel, Everything Phoenix. We are risking getting a flat tire on a construction site with a Tesla, not a big pickup. We look really out of place, by the way, but that's okay because this is going to be absolutely incredible. And again, your views are overlooking Tempe Town Lake on the north side. Incredible, guys. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here on a video of the pros and cons of living in this beautiful suburb of Tempe, Arizona. We are sitting here at the Watermark District, which is on the north side of the Tempe Town Lake area, and it's beautiful, modern, new office and retail space. And so hopefully you saw what Tempe has to offer, and we can show off the best things that are all about living in Tempe. If you have any questions about anything Tempe or real estate related, we'd love to be your real estate resource of choice. Been doing this for 19 years here in the Phoenix, Tempe area. You can call me at 480-660-5974 or contact us at the email or the Instagram page right here on the screen. So don't forget to call, guys. We're passionate about it and would love to help you out. Don't forget to call me. Call me.